The Real Show is brought to you by UCS Facility Management Limited, Omni Basic Bank, and Dewdrop Hand Sanitizer.
Welcome to The Real Show. My name is Mahalia Bamford, and tonight I have a lot in store for you, okay? I know that the spirit of Vows Day is still in us, and we are all looking forward to, enjoying an amazing time with our loved ones. But tonight we're going to have a very interesting conversation with an amazing young woman whom I'll be introducing. But hey, the icing on the cake is that for the second segment, ladies and gentlemen, you get to send me messages that I will be reading out to your loved ones. What grander way to wish people that you love a happy Valentine than to do it through The Real Show. So there's a number on the screen, 0555-743417. Just send us a WhatsApp message and tell us what you want to tell your loved one and add the person's name. We will do that for you. Now, we'll be right back to kickstart the show. Stay with me, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to The Real Show. This is the best Friday night show. No other show can contest. And tonight, my beautiful guest is in the person of Portia Gana. Let's have a look at her introductory video.
Portia Gana is a model and an entrepreneur who owns an online clothing store called Avo Atelier. She is also the founder of non-profit organization known as the Portia Gana Foundation, a foundation that strives to push community involvement, volunteerism, and collaboration to improve the lives of all. They create sustainable developmental change by improving the quality of life of those in the most vulnerable and underprivileged areas in education, health, and environmental sectors. They currently provide period hygiene products for junior and senior high school girls in need to end period poverty. They also help needy mothers and newborn babies. A phenomenal woman doing phenomenal work. Let's welcome Portia to The Real Show studio.
All right, a big welcome once again. You look amazing.
Thank you.
And your hair. Is it because you're a model that you're able to, rock this?
No, actually, I used to always be tame. Well, what I consider tame is not what others consider tame. But I never really dyed my hair before.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, 2022, I said I'm going to go wild, go out. So I chopped it and bleached it, and I'm going to keep this up for the year.
Well, I love it. It's very expressive, it's bold, and it's unique.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is an everyday look, so I love it. And tell us, how did you get into modeling?
I actually got pushed into it.
Really? How?
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person, to be honest. I like to direct and produce and write and always be behind the camera. And but I get meeting photographers who say, no, let me take your picture, no, let me take your picture. And then I actually lived in Canada. And when I moved to a bigger city while I was there, all these scouting agents just kept saying, no, you need to be a model, you need to be a model. So I said, okay, let me try it out. Why not?
So how is it going so far? What are some of the stages you walked on? Are you a runway model or a photo model? Like, tell us all about it.
I'm more of a photo model. Okay. I detest runway, even though I've trained people for runway, which is funny, but I can't deal with the lights, and I'm more of a natural behind the camera. And I've done a lot of things. It's been about 10 years, so I've done a lot of ad campaigns for a bunch of different designers and TV commercials, and so a long list of things, and I don't keep track.
Well, apart from being a model, you're an entrepreneur and you're the founder of the Portia Gana Foundation as well.
Yes.
I would allow us to talk more about the foundation so people know the good works you're doing, get motivated by it, and hopefully even contribute.
Yeah.
But before that, as an entrepreneur, what do you do?
So I have an online clothing store. It's called Avo Atelier. So I'm Eve. So Avo means fabric. So my store is all about African prints. Like I'm wearing some of my pieces. I sewed this dress myself, actually.
It's
but
beautiful and it hugs your body just right.
Thank you. You guys can't see the full thing, but yeah. So I'm all about African print and promoting Ghanaian culture and stuff like that. So my clothing store was mostly marketed to North Americans, but it's a global thing, even Ghanaians. I have Ghanaian clients. And I also love traveling. So I was part of a traveling tour company, and then I started my own little concierge company. So I help people on the side with travel tips and things like that. Yeah.
Well, I think now Ghanaians are becoming more conscious about, taking the time out to, enjoy a holiday, travel out and all of that. So give us a tip if you're maybe trying to book a ticket or plan a holiday, how to, make it more efficient.
Yeah, so even though I love to promote local tourism, if you're gonna travel outside of the country, some tips that you should know are, first, never book on the weekends. Never look for flights on the weekends. It's always more expensive. And whenever you're searching, just like how Uber app and Bolt works, the more you search, the higher the prices go. So you have to be conscious of that and clear your search browser history and then try again and try on a not so peak search time, and you'll see that you're gonna get more deals.
Oh, so not so much of a peak such time like dawn or early morning or late night.
Like when most people are free and they're searching, maybe don't do not lunchtime. Not like there's traffic, internet traffic, just like there's road traffic.
Yes.
So you just have to think about that as well.
Okay, great. So you heard this on The Real Show and nowhere else. Portia Gana has spilled some, juice for us. And so always remember, if you're trying to plan a trip anywhere outside the country, we all know that it's always better to have better rates for flight tickets, right? And so she's advising from experience and from the fact that she also does a bit of tourism and travel. She's saying if you're searching for flights prices, okay, try and do that first of all, not on the weekends, because that's usually the time everybody's free and is searching. It will build the traffic and you will get higher prices, okay? So for efficiency's sake or better prices, search during the week and at times that you think more people will not be online. And also clear your search history so that you don't build traffic even from your own device. All right, yay! I'm happy about that because I will remember this, God knows. So now, we've covered the entrepreneurship side as well. So let's go straight into Portia Gana Foundation. Okay. Why Portia Gana Foundation in the first place?
Well, why not? That's my question.
What motivated you? A lot of us try to, give back to society in our own way from time to time, but not everybody would think of building an organization to target it. There has to be something to motivate you.
It was just something that was always in me, and I partially attribute it to my upbringing in Canada, because I feel like in Canada they instill the volunteer spirit in you. So I always wanted to help people, and it was always my end goal. I have even bigger goals with it to do that I'll eventually get to, but it was just something that was just always in me, like you need to help. So I started it. That's it.
All right. And why sanitary parts distribution? Is that all you focus on?
Oh no, like my foundation, because when I tried to start it when I was in Ghana a few years ago, I had a lot of difficulty because I wasn't yet a citizen officially, so I had issues. So I decided I would just help other organizations, and that's also become a big part of my foundation, partnering with other organizations. So every year I would pick something that is related to what I'm interested in, which is women, health, children, and helping the underprivileged so that they could help themselves. And so I picked something that works in that sphere. And So last year, that's when it actually started with me helping kids, newborns, and then it transitioned into sanitary pads because I found that the root of why we had so much high teen pregnancies and so many babies needing help was because it goes down to young girls in the rural areas not being able to afford pads, which is considered a luxury. And then they go have sex, do this just to get these pads, and it trickles down to Kai in the streets of Accra. So it was pretty wild and crazy. I thought pads just help, providing pads can solve so much. So that's one of my focuses, but it's not just the only focus. Yeah.
Great. I mean, this is a very great initiative. And so far, what are some of the organizations that you've partnered with? If people want to come on board to support, how do they reach you? Do you have a platform, a number they can call?
Yeah, I have a website. It's portiaganafoundation.org. So they can just go on there, and all the information that they need is on there. How to donate. We accept all kinds of payments of all, PayPal, everything. Momo, we'll take it all. So, but then I also try to push people to volunteer, give their time. So if you don't have financial means to help people, it doesn't mean that you can't help people. Because I didn't have the financial means to be helping people, and I started this. So I started this, and then I just got everyone to just help, to give what they can, give their time, or give their expertise. So you can help in any way, shape, or form. If you just contact us and see. You never know what your skills can do for somebody else in need.
Yeah. So you do help newborn babies as well.
Yeah.
What do you do for them?
So it all started with there's a nurse that's in the Upper West region, and she's my Facebook friend randomly, and she'd always post about the newborns that need medical bills, like paid for, because apparently when the mother doesn't pay the bill, they would get detained. So there'd be newborn babies who had just had some complications, so maybe they needed oxygen or surgery, and they would just stay in the hospital for weeks and months until the mother or their parents were able to pay. And most of these mothers were all teen moms with the fathers abandoning the kids. So I just felt like, okay, I need to help these people. So I started to give what I had, all my proceeds from my clothing store, to pay for these babies' bills.
Wow. Because I was going to ask you after this, how do you even get funding, for your activities and all of that?
So I just crowdsource. I make flyers, I send it out, and then that's how it started. First, how it started, I was just paying for everything, and then I was like, okay, well, let me stop. Just be me. I am sure if I get everybody involved, we'll be able to do much more. So then that's when I started reaching out to other people, because I really want to encourage private citizens to get involved to help others. And now I'm also reaching out to corporations to get their CSR funding, because most companies do have that. So we can use that so we can expand the reach of how we're helping others.
That is great, Portia. And so far, coming to Ghana, how has your experience been like with business and, everything that you're doing? And what would you advise somebody who's yet to come to Ghana to do different, just to have a better experience?
I would say to someone who's coming to lower your expectations and take everything a day at a time, and don't expect things to go how you're used to, and don't give up, because you in Ghana you have to play the long game. But I feel people here or people in general like instant gratification.
Yeah.
So it's really tough if you'll give up and go, but you can't. When you're slowly working and inching your way through, you'll start to see in the big picture that you're moving forward. So I say, don't give up and stay with it.
What would you say about the food and the culture and the people? Was there like a sudden shock? Was it more welcoming for you?
So I was here in Ghana for middle school.
Okay.
So I was here for almost 4 years before, and then I left and I was gone for almost 10 years, and I started coming. So in terms of food, and while I was in Canada, I was surrounded by Ghanaians, like
great.
it's just surrounded. So I didn't really get removed from the Ghanaian culture too much, but there's still a lot of things that would be a culture shock, like just time. Ghanaians love meetings upon meetings upon meetings, and then,
tell me about that.
Yes. So just to get one thing approved, that could have just been a regular phone call. They will have 5 meetings and then correspondence and this, and like the efficiency in Ghana is very different.
Yeah.
It's non-existent. So that was like that is a struggle that I constantly deal with. And then people love long breaks, lunch breaks, and the sense of time in Ghana is very different from what I'm used to. So I've tried to get adjusted to, but I still, even today, I was 3 minutes late and I was having anxiety. But I'm like, relax, this is Ghana time. This is Ghana. So I have to consciously remind myself to be like, oh, it's okay if you're 30 minutes late. That's fine. You'll still be early. And my friends always make fun of me because I'm always the first one.
Have you ever been to a party on time, as in the time on the bill? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for you.
It's hard not to.
You probably had to go and wait for everybody else.
You have to help set up. Yeah. I'm always part of the setup
so
committee.
that's a general thing here in Ghana.
Yeah.
I mean, the party's supposed to start at 5 p.m. and everybody's waiting for 5 to start their makeup because they know, hey, people are going to come an hour after or even 2. But I think the corporations are doing better now, even churches. They're being more strict with the timing. So yes, we are working on it, but it's a fact. So when it comes to the informal stuff, you need to chill before you get there on time and have to wait for everybody else. But I guess so far it's been a great experience for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, if you're watching, we have a second segment where we'll be taking all your messages to your loved ones. Yes. Val's Day messages. And once again, a happy Valentine in advance to all of you watching. And thank you so much for sticking with The Real Show and myself, Mahalia. And throughout the journey, you've been amazing. So we are here to read your messages out to your loved ones so that they can know that you care and think about them. Share your love on The Real Show by texting the number on the screen through WhatsApp. WhatsApp, please, not calls. WhatsApp. So the number is 0555-743417 is on the screen. Text me on WhatsApp and I'll be reading your messages very soon. Now, what motivates you in life? You seem to be doing a lot. First of all, how do you juggle and balance to keep everything on track? I mean, you're even on time for parties and stuff. So how do you balance all of that? And then what motivates you in life?
I honestly have no idea how I balance it. Let's say I'm winging it. I'm going with the flow. It's just, I just take everything one step at a time, and I prioritize what I think should be first. And I know this year I said, this is my year of enjoyment.
Hey,
so
good news.
if something stresses me out, I put it on the bottom of the pile and say, no, I'm gonna.
Well, that's something we should all pick up, you know, because after COVID-19, the whole world has received a sudden shock, and we've all recovered and realized that you could actually die.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've always known that, but that was a good reminder to the whole world. And so it's important to live in the moment, enjoy the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, just live your dreams and be free-spirited and happy, because why not? You could lose your life tomorrow. So I'm glad that that's actually something you're looking at. And for your motivation in life, what motivates you? Do you have some role models? If somebody's watching, wants to get into entrepreneurship, modeling, and still do all that you do you have people you look up to that have helped you? And what motivates you to keep going?
For me personally, I've just always had a vision of what I want to be and who I want to be. So I just always look towards my future self and where I know I'm going to be and what I know I'm going to do. And I don't let any outside voices come in and faze me and bother me. And in terms of outside help, I have everybody, everything I do, it's a village. It takes a village that does it. So I can't just pinpoint, I can't say one person, because then
so you believe in the spirit of teamwork.
And that's my fundamental core value. Like, teamwork is very necessary, and you can't get anywhere without it. Even the littlest help gets you somewhere. So I really am grateful to everybody, even the people who don't help, because so many times I encounter people who are interested in what I'm doing, and they say, if you need help, tell me. And I'll say, I need help. And they'll be like, oh, but you look like you're doing everything fine by yourself. And I'm like, okay. Even those people push me to be like, okay, I'll just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't let things bother me, and I just keep going one step at a time and get it done.
Great. Now, towards the end, we've heard so much about what you do and all of that. Tell us about who you are. Do you have a favorite Ghanaian meal? Do you have some music you love to listen to? When you're stressed, what do you do in Ghana when you're stressed? Do you go to the beach? Like, tell us. We want to get to know you as a person.
So when I'm stressed, anybody who knows me well will know that Portia is going to be by a flowing body of water. I love nature. I love water. So, like, I make jokes like I used to be a mermaid in the past life. So I'll be at the beach or by a waterfall or even a swimming pool, anything. So I said this year, every weekend, I would make sure that it be by the water. Because last year, I just didn't do any of that. So I've done it so far.
Well, we've had an amazing conversation, Portia, and I'm really glad that you came. Everybody watching, I mean, we've learned about entrepreneurship, the fact that you can balance your time and do all that you do and still give back to society, the importance of teamwork, the importance of making sure you live freely and happily and enjoy yourself. I mean, from your haircut, your decisions you're taking this year, the fact that you what else? You're giving back to society. Your foundation is doing amazing. You welcome support and partnership. You said that's PortiaGanaFoundation.org, and they'll get any information they need on the website, right? And then what else have you taught us? Have I missed something?
I think you've got it.
Yes, and then the modeling. So are you still in the modeling, or there's a pause on that?
No, I'm still in the modeling. That was another thing I said I would do more, because when COVID hit, actually my last major modeling gig I did was the day before the lockdown, and it was for these big billboards that were supposed to go everywhere, and then the lockdown happened the next day. So I was like, oh, sorry to that business, but I got paid, so I was like, okay. And then during the whole COVID thing, I kind of followed the rules and kind of stuck with myself, and didn't really model much for people. I modeled for my own clothing store. But now I said, okay, let me get back out there. So I've been doing some modeling here and there. So I'm fully into the modeling. So if you got a gig for me.
Yeah, what's your Instagram page or something?
It's Miss Ghana. MISS_Ghana.
Okay, so it's MISS_GANA, not Ghana as in the country. Yeah. Thank you. We've had an amazing time. I don't know if you have a parting message for us before we go on a break.
My parting message is live your life, folks. Like, stop listening to other people. Find what makes you happy and just focus on it. And do you. 2022 is a lucky number, so I say enjoy.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard about the alignments of something about the universe and stars, and a lot of people talking about spiritual alignments that supports women. So if you're watching The Real Show, I'm letting you know that we have a whole lot in the universe that is aligned to support us this year as women. And so whether it's true or not, tap on that, manifest that into your life, and reach out for your goals, because the sky is only a starting point and it's big enough to carry us all. Women, just like men and everybody else, no matter who you are, despite your gender, you can actually attain whatever level that you want to attain. You can dream big. I mean, if your dreams are not scaring you, then there's something wrong.
What are you doing?
All right, so we'll go for a quick break and we'll be right back with more conversation. Welcome back to The Real Show. If you just joined in, well, you are on time for the love segment. And I'm super excited to say that Portia is actually going to stay with us more for the second segment, where we'll be having a discussion about, you know, all the things that sometimes we get carried away and forget to look out for when picking a partner, all right? And then when it comes to the other kinds of love, like the love you have for your brother and your family members, sometimes we leave that unattended to. We think, oh, this person is my brother, this person is my sister. So we don't make the conscious effort to, you know, show them love like we do others. We'll be talking all about that. But before we start that conversation, I want to read some of your messages. And please, if you're sending a message to the WhatsApp number on your screen for us to deliver to your loved one who may be watching, then just write your name from maybe Amma to Kwesi, or from Kwesi to Amma, all right, so that it is easy for us. Now, the first message I'll be reading is, "Hi, my name is Nagna. I wish all my loved ones happy Valentine in advance, especially Mary and Felicia inside Atebubu." Wow, well, Mary and Felicia, I don't know if you're dating Nagna or it's a brotherly love. Well, he is saying that he wishes all of you, including others he didn't mention, a happy Valentine. Somebody is also saying, "Hi, good evening, guys. You guys are looking splendid. I want to wish my beloved Cherry Cat a Valentine Day in advance. I love her so much and she should expect her chocolate on Val's Day. My name is Gideon, the MC, the legendary MC from Accra, Newtown." Well, so Gideon, the legendary MC from Accra, Newtown, I'm sure Cherry Cat has had your message. And oh my God, who is surprising me on Valentine? Because you guys are giving me the love chills, huh? Well, happy Valentine Day in advance. This is another message to my lovely princess, Jacqueline Nana Amanya Teku of Koforidia, who also works at Kokofu Al-Madiyah Muslim Hospital in Kumasi. This is from Nanayao in Dansuman. Nanayao, I am sure Nana Manyakwa has heard your message. And hi, is Portia still there? Please top up your message. She's still here and she'll be staying with us throughout the conversation. Well, I'm glad your people are watching. I'm sure they're super excited, and somebody's probably going to ask you who you be, you know, giving your Val's Day message to. Do you want to do that on air? Well, what are some of the things that you think are very critical for us to look out for when picking a life partner?
I think someone who you can communicate with.
Communication.
Yes. If someone who understands your love languages and how you interact, and someone who you understand as well. I think that's one of the major things that we fall short all the time.
And then let's talk about love and respect. When it comes to relationships, we're always looking for the lovey-dovey actions, you know, the hugs, the warm sides of the relationship. And sometimes I feel like when there's no respect, then everything falls. So would you say that love is the foundation of every relationship, or respect, or just a mixture of some important factors?
I think when it comes to a relationship, or especially marriage, it's not about love. Like love is just a great feeling. You can love everybody, but someone who you're gonna be partnered with and tied down to for life, there's so many other aspects. Like respect is the number one part of it. Respect and even cherishing each other. Like love comes and goes. You have highs and lows, and even love can build. Love changes, transforms over time. So if you hold on to that butterfly feeling, only a few people have that their entire lives with their partner. Otherwise, you'll be mad one day. Are you going to break up with them because you're not feeling that love anymore? Yeah, as long as you build something with more on respect and understanding, communication, I think that's the major foundation for a good relationship.
Yes, I mean, I always say that I would rather be respected than loved, because I think the love sometimes is even relative. You know, you may be trying to communicate your love to somebody by doing a certain part or a particular act, and it may come out as offensive to the person, because we're all very different. You can never fully know a person, even though with time it gets better. So I think respect just keeps the balance, like you're saying. And would you say that if you have different spiritual beliefs, it would be good to still try and be together? You know, we are still having those issues where somebody's a Muslim and somebody's a Christian, and they still feel it is possible to stay together. How feasible is that?
Oh, it's very feasible.
It is.
Especially people with like the Abrahamic religions, like Christians and Muslims. Your brothers and sisters sort of in Christ. Muslims also believe that in Jesus, but just in a different way.
Okay, so we'll get into that more. I have some more messages. Okay, Sister Gladys from Nuzevenu. Please, this is Elizabeth Mausi. So Mausi is wishing Sister Gladys a happy Valentine. Her message is that, I wish you a happy Valentine Day. Great to have encountered you. I love you. Oh, and would like to hear from you. Can you call me on? I don't know if I'm supposed to put that number out. But hey, Sister Gladys, please, Mrs. Elizabeth Mausi really needs you to call her on 0244 931371. Okay, so I've done that for Sister Gladys to call you. I'm sure she will. And somebody says, cheers to your patience, understanding, and trust. PUT, my landlady. Wow. You're such an amazing personality. Happy Vows Day in advance, Eva Ama Chumesi, from your landlord. Nana Kwame Chumesi. That's beautiful. I mean, there's even love between tenant and landlord. In some cases, it's a whole different issue.
Like my case.
No, let's go back to people of different beliefs, religious beliefs to be specific, coming together to build a family. In that case, you know, different religions have specific or basic values that they share. So in other situations where your children are being raised, when you encounter a situation where maybe a child doesn't want to wear her hijab, because even though her father is Muslim, her mom is Christian. So because that's not something she usually sees in school, she would rather pose as a Christian. Are they not going to be confused at some point in their life as to what they are?
Not really, because the fundamentals of most religions, it's love.
Okay.
So if the partners respect each other and they follow that whole love motion or concept in the religions, the little details, like they say, the devil's in the details. The little details, it won't really matter. Like in Islam, it's not compulsory to wear a hijab. So as long as you just don't impose your own beliefs on your children. You can teach them what you believe in. You both teach them what you believe in. And then when they go older, they decide which specific details they want. It's fine, because people move away. Even in the household of full Christians, the children will move away from it and maybe come back later or completely denounce themselves. It doesn't, who their parents are or who your parents follow or what they believe in doesn't necessarily always determine what the child picks. So if you have two different beliefs in the household, I feel like it makes people more understanding and more inclusive of the world. So I'm all for mingling.
Okay, great. I guess that would be the same for different cultures and races and all of that. But I feel like with religion, it's quite so intense that sometimes, I mean, imagine if your mother is a pastor, you know, and you can sing, and she wants you to sing at church, but you decided to follow your father to the mosque. I feel like it causes a lot of problems, and so maybe that's why people prefer to marry from their religion. But then, like you were saying, if you're willing to respect and, you know, make everything very flowy, not that you would impose decisions on each other, I think it would work.
Because like the mosque days are different days from the church days. You can go Sundays and sing.
Wouldn't that be seen as double standards?
No, you're getting to experience all cultures. Like I have Muslim friends, and I would go to the mosque sometimes, and it's just an interesting experience. And they will come to a church sometimes. Just like how the president will go and see the head of the imam and all those things. Or the imam went to the church, and it's just a good sign of respect, and it's very interesting for you to get to experience all these different things.
I mean, the variety is actually the spice of life, right?
Yes.
That's what they say. Now, let's look at the Ghanaian setting, okay? I mean, Monday is Vows Day. Let's look at love and money. It's beginning to look like love is the goal when people come together. Actually, that's supposed to be the goal, right? When people come together to have a relationship, the whole basis is to love and support each other. That's what makes it more meaningful. But now it's like, there's so many quotes. We've had a famous counselor Lucho, they will say, if you don't have money, what is your business with love? What is your take on that? Okay, hold on. I like how you're smiling. Think more about that. I'm sure your friends will be texting you after this. Let me read a message or two. So we have a message from Kennedy, okay, to Bless. Kennedy is saying, we are different in many ways and many things we do in life, but we do have one very important thing in common. Our profound and true love for each other. Aww. Oh my goodness. Can I have some love? All right, so that is from Kennedy to Bless inside Akachi. That's the Volta region. Thanks for sending in your message. And somebody says, hello, I wish my babe Vows Day from Pongono. This is callback. Okay. I hope you have one babe, because the way you didn't give us the recipients. So that is that. Thanks for your message. And we have Paul Tamaklo from Ada saying, good evening. I wish my lovely wife, Mabel Ayonu, a happy Valentine's Day. Well, Madam Mabel Ayonu or Mrs. Mabel Ayonu, your husband, Paul Tamaklo from Ada, is wishing you a happy Valentine. And we love to see this. Thank you for sending in your message. I'll read the last one. And then we can take the conversation. All right, so my name is Prince. My Valentine message to Kate at Brekumbono region is that they are to do it on 14th day of the second moon at twilight. They are to eat the lamb together with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. Hey, okay, these are the kind of messages we are looking for. We are looking for messages about love. I don't know, you sound like you're giving directions to somebody. I know, like we're in the shrine already. Anyway, I'm sure if she did hear it, she would know what it is. So happy Valentine's Day in advance to Eric Kweku Yeboah from Benoit. Oh, and after that, the person says, good evening, beautiful. Oh, good evening. Well, I'll read the last message. Hi, my name is Jay. Oh, I like this. I would like to wish a happy Valentine's Day in advance to Jolie. Love you. Oh, so it's a JJ love thing in the air, huh? So Jay is saying a happy Valentine's Day in advance to Jolie, and he loves you. Now let's go right back to what I've been waiting to hear. Do you think love is possible? Like love can stand in a relationship without money?
It's very difficult. Very, very.
I'm glad you were very honest about that.
Very difficult, because a lot of divorces are because of financial issues, and people don't discuss ahead of time. Hey, what will happen if this, or what do we plan to spend our money on, and things like that. So, love is good. Love is a fairy tale, but marriages since the beginning of time were not about love. It was about coming together to expand your horizons. At one point in time, they were using marriage for networking and for businesses. Like people have
for
children.
Trade agreements between countries and all of that.
That's all it is. So it wasn't about love. Like love came in just in the recent century or so. So this is just a new concept that we're playing around with, and I see sometimes it works, and a lot of times it doesn't. So I don't know. Like I want the fairy tale, but I'm also very realistic too.
So I think that if people are deciding to come together or start a relationship, it's important to be aware of your finances, so that you know where you're going, how you're planning your finances for the future, how the future is even looking for you. If you need to take up more jobs and increase savings to get the life that you deserve or you're looking forward to, all of that. Because now, I mean, we're in a system where guys are trying to use money as an offer to have you in a relationship.
Yeah.
And women are now also getting comfortable with the fact that, well, if you want to be in a relationship with me, then you should be taking care of me or giving me money.
Yeah.
But the love factor should sort of be there, or at least respect or some sort of commitment and all of that. But like you're saying, realistically, the money is important. On that note, would you say the partners should, from the get-go of having the boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, even before they get to the fiancé or marriage level or stage, would you say that it is okay to know your partner's financial status, as in what their salary is, if they're business, what they could be making in a month, and all of that?
Well, if you're dating someone with the intention of marrying them, then you should know these things.
Okay.
But if you're just dating for dating's sake, then no. But a lot of people won't give any of that information until after marriage, and then they're finding out all these things. I've got all this debt here, I've got this here, and you're like, what? I didn't know this. Or the people are getting loans for big weddings, and they didn't have a plan of how to recoup after marriage. So it's definitely a discussion that serious people dating should have before they sign the dotted lines at the wedding. Yeah.
All right, guys. For some reason, I'm checking my messages to see what next to be reading, and somebody's asking all about you, so I may have to ask on air, are you married?
Oh, no. There's no ring on my finger.
So you can reach her out through your her Instagram and all of that. That is not the purpose of today's show. We are only taking love messages for Valentine for your loved ones in advance, using our platform so that you get a chance to share the love that you have with your partner. And Portia is here to help us, chit-chats about, we're done with the first segment, so what we are doing now is we are having a conversation about some of the things you have to look out for in a relationship. In case there are some things you've skipped or not done yet, you can take a step back and do the right thing. Or just, share your experience with us. Okay, well, you can't do that now, but you're listening to the experience and picking knowledge and wisdom, on how to handle your relationship now or even in the future. Now, let's look at the fact that when it comes to, if we are done talking about money, let's talk about having children, okay, in an African setting, a typical, let me say, Ghanaian setting. It is always like the man has to decide when, how many, even sometimes they want to pick the gender of the children. It's almost as if a man, it sounds colloquial to you or even to me sometimes, but that's the reality. It's still happening. You have a woman who is pregnant, she's excited, looking forward to having a child with her husband, and then before you realize, the husband is disappointed because he wants a son and has a daughter, or wants a daughter and has a son. How do you think these things come about? Is it because we don't have those conversations early on in the relationship before it gets serious? Or you think it's just a backward thinking that we need to probably check and advise and educate ourselves more on?
It's a lot of things. I guess first, a lot of men don't understand how babies are born because gender is purely based on them. The woman just brings the X chromosome. You, the man, yours is the Y or the X. So you can't be disappointed in a woman for something that you helped create and your body decided on. So I feel like it's just a little backwards and old-fashioned thing that we need to get rid of.
But from your own experience, would you say that there's a way, people should agree and find a way to actually get their agendas, or that's just cumbersome?
No, that's part of the things that you should have already spoken about before you get married. Like if some people don't want kids and then they go with somebody who wants kids, or like that you really want children, this man or this woman says, I don't want any kids, but you still go and marry them thinking, oh, once I marry them, they'll change their mind. Why? Yeah. Why would you do that?
It's almost as if you're trying to disturb the person intentionally.
And then you get upset when things don't work out how you expect it to. It's all about communication. So before you get married, discuss all these things. How many kids do you want? And if you do happen to have more or less than you expect, how will you handle it? Like we don't even talk, most people don't talk about the what ifs things don't go according to plan. So we need to get people to do more of that. What if we just want one child and then our first child is triplets?
Wow. That's true.
Like how are we just gonna get crazy, hate each other, or are we gonna work it through? Like, how do we deal with things that don't align with all our hopes and dreams?
Especially even when it comes to taking care of the kids. I mean, especially when you have a couple that are both very career oriented and they still want to have kids at a stage, they agree, they're excited, and they never sit to discuss, hey, how are we going to be taking care of the child? Are we going to be, doing a 50-50 type of thing? Maybe this week I have to take some time off and babysit and a whole lot of things. They don't look at all those details, and especially in an African setting, it is only assumed that the woman should put her dreams on hold and just be like a full mom. Do you have any take on that?
Back to talk about it, especially in this day and age. People need to stop making the assumptions that everybody is going to follow the old-fashioned sense, especially now that most men want a modern woman, but then at the back of their head they still attached to grandparents and our parents' things. So they want the best of both worlds, and that is clashing now. So you want this career woman, and you both want to be up, and then she has kids, and then, oh, you stay home. Like, then you'll have problems because she's going to be unhappy that she had to sacrifice. Or men, in this day and age, men can stay home. I know some happy stay-at-home dads.
That'll be very hard in this Ghana that we are staying in.
You just have to. The problem is Ghanaians love keeping up appearances and love outside. Like, they care so much about outside opinions.
What people think.
Like, don't care about people's opinions. Care about your personal happiness. Like, if you're a wife, I've seen so many of these stories, especially on that Tell It All group on Facebook, that the wife is making more money than the husband. They have a child. The husband wants the wife to stop work.
And the standard of living will definitely drop.
It'll
because she has
drop
more
drastically. So it's like, have some sense and evolve with the times. It's okay if your wife is making more than you, it doesn't emasculate you. You can still be the head of the household because it has to do with respect. If you respect yourself and you have self-confidence and you respect your spouse, these things shouldn't bother you. Other outside voices shouldn't bother you. Trying to stay with the Ghana times, which is outdated, shouldn't
bother you.
Yeah, it shouldn't bother you.
I'm very glad. I think we've emphasized some very important factors. We've spoken of respect, which is more important than even love, because love can fade. But if you respect each other, you may hold out, certain factors, and you may be able to pick up even on the love. So respect is very important. Understand how you balance everything. Discuss important factors in your journey together as a couple: childbirth, finances, even location where you want to raise your kids. If you have different religious beliefs and you want to come together, all of that you should discuss and know. Let me take some more messages, a few, and then we can wrap up for tonight. Somebody says, hey, good evening, ladies. Well, good evening. My name is Apollo from Tamale. In fact, you girls are looking amazing tonight. Thank you. And I am sending my Valentine to my sweet wife, Zulfau Suleimana. Well, I hope she gets this. That is from your husband. And this one goes to my wife, Rita Gansa. Okay, he sent a rose. I can't play the video for you to watch. It looks like a rose video, but I'm sure he's trying to say he loves you, and I hope that you're seeing or you're hearing this on The Real Show. Well, a last one. This is Amos from Sierra Leone, wishing my wife Zara a sweet Valentine in advance. My love for you is endless, baby. Ooh, I hope somebody tells somebody that tonight. His love for you is amazing. So that is from Amos from Sierra Leone. Well, you're watching from Sierra Leone. Well, thank you very much for watching The Real Show. So you see, we are beyond Accra, Ghana.
International.
We are from here to the world. Thank you for watching, and that is to your wife, Zara. Well, my name is Mahalia Bamford, and before we go, I am releasing my first single on Monday. It's called Odo. Yes, I'm sure most of you are surprised or shocked, but I have been holding back this talent because it makes me vulnerable. I'm finally willing to share this, and this is the first time I'm on air talking about it on The Real Show. You got to hear it first. So on Monday, Audio will be streaming on all platforms. You just set MET, M-E-T, and listen. My name, like I said, is Mahalia Bamford, and tonight has been amazing with the lovely Portia Gana, who is the founder of Portia Gana Foundation. She's a model and an entrepreneur. So, as she said, we've discussed a whole lot, but if you're trying to come through for her and support her foundation, check out portiagana.org. There's all the information that you need there. I'm sure you get contact and all of that. Those of you commenting on Portia, you can reach her through there. Go and support the good works. And a big thank you to my crew for bringing this show and making this such a success. And for you who is watching me, I want to say that we so appreciate you, and a happy Valentine to you. It is my prayer that God himself will come into your life and make everything go through for you, and you feel beautiful and loved even on Monday if you don't even have a partner. All right, that is from me to you watching. A happy Valentine Day in advance. Have a great weekend. This is The Real Show.